Today we're going to discuss the miniature front. So this is obviously just a half, where the more pronounced curve would be the armhole, and the kind of like more gradual shaping will be the V-neck shaping. So in theory, it could become a cardigan or it could become a sweater if you do both sides as a mirror image. So we're only going to do one half just to learn how to shape armhole, neckline, and the shoulder. I will be emailing you the handout, which is here, which I was planning to give you on the last day of class, but it did not happen. And even though I'm showing you, so everything below the armhole is the body of the sweater, but you can shorten it to save time. I would want you to cast on 20 stitches, as I'm saying here, and knit for about an inch and a half. So as a result, I want you to end up with jersey fabric, so you're going to knit and purl. And so currently I have that about knit inch and a half. What you need to understand, that your armhole is always on the side of jersey, so you will be only reducing when you are looking at the jersey side of fabric or on the face of the fabric or knit side of the fabric. So the resulting swatch will be always exactly the same way as you're seeing it on the copy. This is always armhole, this is always neckline. First, we're going to shape the armhole, and right now I'm on the knit side. I'm going to transfer the first one, then two together for my shaping. This is the armhole now. And then I'm going to, I have to show it to you in real time. And then I'm going to go all the way to the end. So I'm knitting now, because I'm on the knit side. And my last one is always a purl. Switch hands. So nothing's happening on this side right now, because that will be my neckline. We already know that. So I'm not ready for my neckline. All I need to do is purl all the way back to the side, which will become the armhole. And at the end of the row, once you get to the end, I would want you to do two together, which would be your stitch 3 and 2. So these will become two together. And then you're going to purl the last one. That will give you a better salvage. And you probably, if you pull it, you can already see how the fabric is shaping and becoming the armhole. So again, this is always my armhole. Once you place in the swatch on top of the handout, it's one way only. We're going to transfer the first one and do two together again. So total two together 3 times to shape the armhole. This is just this shaping, and real life size will work out obviously differently, but the mechanics, the techniques would be exactly the same. So currently we already done with shaping the armhole. I'm just going to go all the way to the end. We're going to talk about the neckline now. So for the neckline, we are trying to create a very gradual diagonal line here. It's going to be a V-neck if it's made. And I want you to do two together for neckline on the knit side only, which will be every alternate row. So currently I'm on the knit side, and I specifically left 3 stitches here So these two are going to be my two together, and then I'm going to purl the last one. So I'm just going to knit these two stitches together and purl the last one. For my next step, I don't need to do any shaping because currently I'm completely on the purl side, so I'm not shaping neckline, I'm not shaping the armhole because I'm on the purl side and armhole is already done, and the neckline is only being shaped on the knit side. Again, back to the knit side, armhole stays as it is, progress into the neckline, last 3 stitches. I'm going to do 2 together and then purl the last one. So I'm already shaping the neckline and the armhole is already done. It's a little bit curvy shaping. You're going to be continuing these steps until you have 8 to 9 stitches on the needle. So finally I shaped the armhole, shaped the neckline with the steps that we just discussed, and now I have 8 stitches on my needle. You want your yarn to be on the side of the armhole because now we're going to try to create shoulder slope, which is actually a slope that becomes higher towards the neck. So what I would like to do now is, following the handout, I'm going to cast off 2 on the side of the armhole, right? So you're gonna do 1, 2. So now I'm going to cast off 2. 1, 2. Essentially, you just need to make that step 2 times, and that's how you know. And then you're going to continue knitting all the way to the neck. Switch hands, purl back, cast off another 2. So 1, 2. Purl all the way to the neck, knit all the way to the neck, purl back to where you started, where you stopped casting off, and cast off the balance. So by partial knitting like that, by creating cast off and doing only some of the stitches, we created shoulder slope, and that concludes the shaping for the front. Let's take a look at how it came out. So perfect. It might come out, depending on your yarn and on your gauge, slightly different comparing to your handout, but overall shape, you're gonna have to have armhole, v-neck, neckline, and shoulder slope.